All right, excited to get on the field with our team this week. We're really focused on this football game, understanding the challenge that it's going to be, and knowing we've got to really move on the right way from our last opportunity, and we know we're capable of playing a lot better, and it's about the work we put in this week to get that done. Guys have the right mindset, good look in their eye, and we'll have a good week of preparation, and we know it's going to be a challenge going to Detroit. They've division champs and earned everything that they've accomplished this year, but we want to make sure we go up there and play one of our best games of the season, and our guys are focused on going to do that. Did want to address the quarterback position like I told you guys I would. We're going to start Nick Mullens. To me, Nick is like what went into the decision last week. Nick has been very effective moving the team. We've been very explosive as an offense when he's been in there. Nick knows that the one area that we must focus on is possession of the football and not giving the football away. Really on some of those weighty type downs, 3rd down, 2-minute, where we're kind of in that throw mode. He's got to be a great decision maker, trusting the other 10 guys to do their jobs at a really high level and try to overcome, being on the road in a great atmosphere and against a defense that's playing really, really good football. And then wanted to update you guys as well on DJ Wanham. He did have successful surgery to repair his quad injury, and he's doing very well and already on the road to a full recovery.
Runs this offense so well, getting 400 yards in that last game.
Yeah, I think he's got a good feel for the principles of the offense, and he's got a lot of reps logged, as our backup over the last 2 years, and as close as he is with Kirk, and their preparation together, whether Nick was playing or not, always was pretty top shelf, and I knew we knew we could rely on him to go in the game and move the team, just as he's played and gotten real competitive reps, and really every game he's started were very competitive all the way down to the end, and you look back on those 2 or 3, 4 plays here and there that if we can just maintain possession of the football, what would that mean for our team on that drive, whether it's points, getting 3 points, if we're unable to convert on a 3rd down in the red zone, 2-minute, when you're in kind of heading down towards scoring range, if we can get to that next down, or potentially just have a little bit better execution if there is a play to be made. And to me, that's where it takes all 11 and those other 10 guys, whether it's the guys getting open and catching the ball, the guys up front, running backs in their protection plan. It truly is everybody's got to come together and make that execution go. And then Nick puts a stamp on it with his decision making.
Given the time that he's had here, as you look at all of the times you've had to get quarterbacks ready and make decisions during the week, how much does the experience that Nick has had in this offense kind of maybe give him a leg up or come through as an advantage when you're trying to get guys ready?
Yeah, I think he's shown that with his ability to get our playmakers the ball, and I think we had 10 or 11 plus 20-yard completions the last time we played these guys, and it's a good defense. They have a good plan, so you've got to have a great understanding of what we're trying to do before you can ever get to the place where you can start thinking about defense and attacking coverages and all those things, because that's the starting point. What are the details of my job, comfort level in our system of footwork, rhythm, timing, if it's play action, if it's a screen game, keeper game, all the ways that our offense can kind of come to life. When we get that kind of execution out of the full group, the quarterback position and having comfort in that is a huge part of it.
Coach, how hard is it to build chemistry with an offense when the quarterback is changing every couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think that the fact that a lot of these guys have been in there and gotten reps, and we've tried to really, since losing Kirk, it's been a mindset of, Nick was injured at the time when that happened and working his way back from his lower back injury, and then we feel good about where Jaron's at in the moment, knowing that Josh Dobbs just arrived 4 or 5 days earlier. So I think the guys understand, and the challenge is it's no question different than if you just have Kirk running out of the tunnel and playing every single snap like he's done most of his career. The challenge is different for sure. But I think it's a matter of what are the roles and responsibilities of the guys on our offense. What personnel grouping are we in? run or pass, what is my job? How am I going to do that with great technique and fundamentals? Go strain and finish to get that job done, and then move on to the next play. It sounds simple, but if those simple things are not going to be there because of a different quarterback in the game or whatever it may be, we don't have the right guys in that huddle, and I do believe that we do.
How do you view the sort of the ups and downs of the defense here throughout the course of the season? You had that long period in the middle where it was lights out, and then now it's been a little bit more up and down.
Yeah, I think in year one, I think the credit to Flo and his staff of the evolution of the defense and kind of week in and week out where they took it to try to give our players a great chance to have success. At the same time, as they put more on tape, teams maybe honing in on certain ways that they want to play, and now it's our time to either adjust or taking a look at it with a microscope and saying, hey, we just need to be better in our execution there, tighten up a little bit there, understand formations and tells and tendencies to know and try to expect what you're going to get, and then stay true to the principles, what you talk about with your guys as far as what it's going to take to win the game and how we need to play, and see if we can make that come to life.
These starting quarterback decisions they've had several times here in the last week, have they been difficult, intense, complicated?
All of the above, just because I think they're really important decisions, and when you're trying to you want to make sure you're communicating, you want to make sure you're doing everything you can to help the guys that we try to put in the game, but at the same time the decision is about what's best for the team and trying to move the football and see if we can go out and have a quality performance on offense, and the quarterback does have a lot to do with that, but at the same time you want to make sure you're going through that process consistently. What's leading you there? What is the tape telling you? What's what has been emphasized versus what you're actually seeing show up when it matters? So yes, all of those things that you said are part of those decisions, and I think the quarterback position deserves, like every other position, maybe more so, just deserves that full process each and every week to make sure that whoever's in there feels like the decision was made for the right reasons. You communicate with those guys why, and then what we're going to do about it moving forward to try to be better.
Kevin, who's your back?
Yeah, we're working through that right now. We're going to make sure that we get all three guys that will be up on game day ready to go, and we'll kind of work through that as the week goes on.
Could you have all three of them then?
Yeah, well, just from a standpoint of knowing we'll get them all in uniform and have a clear-cut 2 and the emergency 3 that would go in the game in that role.
As you look back at all this, Charles, what do you think has happened with Dobbs from that start to just as you work through that with him?
Yeah, I think when he first got here, he did an unbelievable job of going out and making some plays within our offense, and then being able to make some plays kind of above the offense from an off-schedule standpoint, and maybe like other facets of our team, you put that on tape enough, and then people start trying to defend certain ways that individual player plays and activating some things to try to limit their ability to do some of those things, and maybe as we went on we saw some of that, but I still have a lot of confidence in Josh. I do. I think it's remarkable what he was able to come in here and do, and if called upon this weekend, I have confidence that Josh would go in there and be prepared, be ready to roll, and let his skill set and his ability to go play do the work.
As you've gone through this with quarterbacks throughout the year, what have you found to be the big challenges in terms of just different starter every week, whether it's Dobbs coming in or Jaron as a rookie, just getting a guy ready in that short order?
Yeah, every defense you play each and every week is different. So it's, you try to stay true to your offensive principles and running the things that you think give you the best chance to have success. And it's, the razor-thin margin of error on a good play versus a bad play. That's the NFL. So the unique part of that, Ben, is you end up with trying to have as much carryover, trying to do the things that certain players maybe feel more comfortable with. And clearly with Nick, that's probably the biggest sample size menu just because of his comfort with our offense. But it's a challenge, and ultimately, what I feel is the most important thing is that the comfort that the players have at that position going into the football game, and then we kind of go out and see, like everybody else in those moments, that they might have been prepared in the meeting room, they might have been prepared even on the practice field, but the game environment and being able to execute in those environments are the most important thing.
Are you stressing to the guys at all? Hey, there's still a path. We can still get this done.
Yeah, they're certainly aware. I think it's really important that we don't spend the finite amount of time team meeting wise and when I'm up in front of the group talking about scenarios and all those things, they're very much aware that the only thing that matters is us, finding a way to win a football game, and then, from there, we'll kind of figure out what that looks like. But to me, it's not just about 2023, it's about much more than that as far as an NFC North opponent late in the year, coming off of a performance where we weren't proud of much of anything at US Bank Stadium on Sunday, and we felt that, we own that, and what are we going to do about it? Are we going to understand the moment and put together a great week of preparation and then have that show up on the field Sunday is what I care about, and ultimately whatever comes from that and the results I know of 2 or 3 other games will matter in determining whether it's our last game of the season or not, but we still do have an opportunity, and it all starts with handling our business with the Minnesota Vikings opportunity this week.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.